Many people claim to have faith, yet they spend their Tuesday mornings feeling exactly like everyone else, overwhelmed, stuck, and mentally exhausted. They believe in God, but live as if every outcome depends entirely on their own effort. There is a practical gap between holding a belief and actively surrendering daily control. One is a thought you have. The other is a decision to let go of the steering wheel, specifically when it comes to your plans, your daily emotions, and your fears. Without a clear priority, your mind feels like a crowded room where every voice is shouting at once. Your career goals, your family's expectations, and your own anxieties all demand your attention with the same level of urgency. Choosing to put God first is a shift in how you move through every situation. It creates a sequence for your thoughts, ensuring that you aren't just reacting to the loudest problem, but moving toward a specific purpose. This shift creates a sequence of changes that move from the inside out. By stabilizing your internal focus, you change the way you interact with every external demand. The first changes are quiet and internal. Most of us build our identity on things that change: how successful we are, what people think of us, or how we compare to neighbors. When you look to God first, you find a sense of self that exists beyond your performance or the validation of others. A secure identity completely changes your lens. When you are no longer chasing approval, you can look at hardship without feeling like your world is ending. Delays that used to feel like failures now look like necessary pauses. You begin to see purpose in the hard seasons, trusting that even the setbacks are shaping your character into something more resilient. This internal anchor is the starting point for everything else. Because your worth is no longer tied to your circumstances, you stop just surviving your life and start growing through it. As that internal core stabilizes, the mental noise starts to fade. Anxiety is often the result of trying to carry every burden alone. It's the exhaustion of trying to predict every problem and control every outcome in a world that is inherently unpredictable. When you bring your concerns to God daily, you are making a functional choice to trust Him with what you cannot control. You are handing over the weight of the outcome, which physically starves anxiety of the fuel it needs to keep you awake at night. This lack of panic changes how you make choices. You stop rushing into decisions because of a fear of missing out. You start to slow down. You find yourself pausing to ask if a choice actually aligns with where you are being led. Instead of reacting to immediate pressure, you start looking for lasting impact. Wise decisions don't come from overthinking. They come from the clarity that appears when you stop trying to force your own way. Once your mind is clear, the transformation becomes visible in how you manage your time and your energy. Your priorities begin to snap into place. When God is the anchor at the top, the things that once felt urgent, like other people's minor expectations, lose their grip, and the things that truly matter rise to the surface. Maintaining this order requires the daily practice of showing up. By giving the first part of your day to God, rather than your phone or your to-do list, you are training yourself to follow through on your commitments. This habit of spiritual follow-through naturally spreads. Because you have practiced staying focused on what matters most every morning, you find yourself wasting less energy on distractions at work and staying more consistent with your personal routines. You become someone who doesn't just talk about change, but actually lives it. This consistency isn't a result of sheer willpower. It's the result of a mind that has learned how to ignore the noise and stay focused on its primary goal. The final ripple reaches the edge of your life, the people you spend your time with. As you grow, the way you love people changes. You become more patient and more willing to forgive, largely because you are no longer relying on those people to provide your sense of worth. At the same time, you become more discerning. You begin to recognize which relationships are helping you grow and which ones are consistently pulling you back into old destructive patterns. This can be uncomfortable. Some people might distance themselves when they see you changing, and you may find you have less in common with your old circles. But this pruning is a necessary part of growth. Alignment acts as a filter for your life. It ensures that the relationships that remain are the ones that will grow with you, rather than those that require you to stay stuck to keep them happy. To be clear, putting God first doesn't mean your life becomes perfect or that your problems will vanish tomorrow. Surrendering control means you stop trying to force outcomes you can't see. You are handing the plans over to the one who already has the full picture, trusting that he knows where the walls and the windows are supposed to go. Matthew 6:33 promises that when you seek the kingdom first, everything else will be added to you. This is a practical guarantee. If you get the primary relationship right, the secondary details of your life will find their proper place. Making this daily choice doesn't mean you're falling behind. It means you are being positioned exactly where you need to be. If you're ready to make that shift, take a moment to leave a comment. God, I choose you first. Let that be the start of your reset.